Today, class, I'm going to talk about how I almost burned my fucking house down when I was around 6, 7 years old, something like that. Way back when I was a little kid, I had a fascination with incendiary devices. For God knows whatever reason, I feel like I was essentially a pyromaniac. I think most of this stems from me just being a little messed up when I was a kid. I was always getting into trouble, and I would do the most goofy shit to piss off my mom and my siblings. I would just yell obscenities like fuck shit and just run like Naruto, fastest fuck boy away from them. They would chase me down and try to beat my ass. All the while, I was just laughing and enjoying my time being a little shit. Whenever I could get my hands onto anything, I would fuck with it somehow. I remember there was this DVD player that me and my cousin were just tearing apart like a fucking pack of hyenas. I had a hammer and I don't know what the fuck he had. He probably had like a screwdriver. And we were just beating at that shit like a fucking war drum. Maybe it wasn't necessarily me being a fucking Neanderthal, but more so my fascination with technology. But I don't know. My mom worked night shifts at her job and she would be gone essentially all night. So I had free reign all over the house. Didn't really give a fuck. Even when she was there, I didn't really give a fuck. I mean, she would be my ass, but like, if it's my older sister watching me, which is basically how the chain of command worked, I would just do whatever the fuck I wanted. At this time of my life, I believe the Iraq war or some shit was going on, Afghanistan war, I don't know, some Middle Eastern conflict where they didn't like the Americans, which is basically most of the conflicts that involve the United States there, but yeah, that's politics aside. Who the fuck cares? I was gonna burn down a fucking house, possibly. I happened to be walking by when that shit was on the TV, and I was flabbergasted. I was just standing there, a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, alright, I fuck with this. On the TV, there were like protests or something where they were burning American flags. I'm trying to recall, I don't really remember. And low-key, I wanted to join in. Not the fuck America part, but more so like the burning shit. On the TV, I do remember they had like George Bush, like big George Bush cutouts, and his eyes were like X'd out, and they were burning a lot of American flags, and pretty sure that's what my brain remembers. That sounds about right. But no, honestly, I didn't think, oh wow, they didn't like America. I don't know why I said like America. I just thought they were having fun burning the fucking flag. Because, lo and behold, that sounds like some shit I would enjoy. Later on that evening, my mom went to work, and because she smoked cigarettes fucking daily, chain smoker, I mean, she probably like smoked half a pack a day, maybe a pack a day. I don't know. But she had lighters on standby. So, with that being said, I was able to grab a couple lighters off of the kitchen counter. I say a couple, but I think I just grabbed one, whatever. And I threw that shit into my pocket when she was gone, obviously. I think I already mentioned that. And when the coast was clear, I fucking made a dash for my room with the lighter in my pocket. And this is where things get a little bit more interesting. My brother had this cheap ass little American flag made out of nylon or something. I don't know if it was nylon or if nylon is cheap. Who the fuck cares? That's not really the point. The point is I really wanted to burn something, and nylon or whatever fucking material that was is flammable. At this point, I'm probably in my room. I slam the door and I'm ready. Facing the door, I held the flag out in front of me with the lighter ready to go. That shit was engulfed in flames. After a few seconds, and it suddenly hit me. Here I am, a 6 or 7 year old little fucking kid, doing some questionable shit, dangerous shit albeit. A whole American flag lit in my hand, and I just immediately dropped that shit. And I was like, uh-oh, fuck. I stared at it while it laid on the ground, and it was just slowly burning my fucking green carpet to a crisp, turning it black. I grabbed this ugly red blanket that my grandma had made me for daycare or something. I don't really remember. I said that weird daycare. Rest in peace, Grandma, but goddamn, thank you for making a fucking fireproof blanket. I smothered the flames with that, threw it on the ground, tried to cover it. And honestly, who the fuck knew that a kid was smart enough to smother flames with a blanket, yet not smart enough to realize that lighting the American flag on fire in a very fucking flammable environment wasn't the brightest idea? Even though I smothered the flames, there was still quite a bit of smoke that came up from everything, which in turn set off the fire alarm that was in my room. I knew at this point that I was basically fucked beyond belief. I don't know how anyone would explain to their older sister that they didn't mean to desecrate the American flag by lighting that fucker on fire. To be fair, that wasn't really the purpose in my mind, but I just wanted to start a little campfire in my room. Anyways, I hear her outside of my room after the fire alarm goes off for about 10 seconds, and she swings my door open, just fucking stares at me. My room was dark and only my TV was on, so I don't even know if she put two and two together or like what the fuck. But she asked me what I was doing, and you know, as a kid, you're doing some fuck shit. The best reply that you have to doing something you definitely had an intention behind is just nothing. You just say, "Oh, I was doing nothing." The fact that I said I was doing nothing, that's just not true. I was trying to burn some shit down, yo. Weird enough, instead of scolding me, beating my ass, telling my mom, any of that shit, she just went to my fire alarm and took the batteries out. I genuinely reflect back now, both concerned and very, very confused. Did she not realize that I was burning stuff? Did she care? Who the fuck knows? Either way, she dipped. And I was there all by myself in my semi-smoky room with a fire alarm that had its innards removed, a tattered and singed American flag, and me, that pyromaniac child that was apparently very, very impressionable. I ended up retelling the story to my sister, my older sister, that was like the one that was supposed to be watching me, the one that took the batteries out and just could have let her little brother die, setting shit on fire. And yeah, she said she doesn't remember, but she says she's not surprised at the fact that she just took the batteries out and left me to my own avail. Yeah, that's about it. I'm normal now, guys, so don't worry.